A Taiwanese fishing boat has collided with a Chinese fishing vessel near Taiwan's Penghu Islands, injuring one crew member. It's the latest in a series of incidents involving Chinese and Taiwanese vessels in the waters around Taiwan. Tiffany Wong is following the story for us from Taipei. Tiffany, what do we know about this collision?
Well, the collision happened on Wednesday morning near Taiwan's Penghu Islands. There was both a Taiwanese fishing vessel and a Chinese fishing boat operating in the same area near the median line, about 42.5 nautical miles or 78 kilometers away from Penghu, when the Taiwanese boat collided with the Chinese fishing boat, and they claimed that was an accident. That actually injured a Filipino fisher on the Taiwanese boat, so they reported the incident to Taiwan's Coast Guard. Now, Taiwan's Coast Guard sent a vessel to pick up that injured Filipino fisher to take to a medical facility on Penghu, and they also sent two other vessels to go and inspect that Chinese boat. Now, they said that the Chinese boat appeared to speed away, and so they ended up using water cannons to try to stop it from escaping. This is the Coast Guard's version of events.
获报后立即派遣永康舰1008拐艇及351幺钩艇前往应处。永康舰于11时抵达通报海域，发现胜船及闽船，及实施广播鸣笛，要求停船受检。大陆船拒绝停船，并加速往陆方蛇行逃逸。永康舰即实施水炮来强势拦截。
Well, the Taiwan Coast Guard wasn't able to catch up to that Chinese fishing boat, but they were later apprehended by the Chinese Coast Guard, also near the median line later in the afternoon.
How serious is this incident in terms of cross-strait relations? Is it likely to undo any of the goodwill from an agreement the two sides made earlier this week over another collision?
Well, there hasn't been a strong reaction here in Taiwan. Later, of course, it was the Chinese Coast Guard that ended up boarding that Chinese fishing boat and conducting the inspections, and they were sharing that information with Taiwan's Coast Guard. So there was some cooperation, communication there. And Taiwan's Coast Guard earlier told me that they don't expect this situation to escalate, and the Taiwanese fishing boat has returned to Taiwan's shores as well. And they've also maintained that their use of water cannons was in line with standards, considering that the Chinese boat appeared to be speeding away. But there have been a series of boating incidents in the Taiwan Strait this year. As you mentioned, most recently, the bodies of two Chinese fishers who were killed in a boat chase near Taiwan's Jinmen Islands were finally repatriated after months of negotiations. Now, that's brought up hope that two Taiwanese fishers that are currently detained in China may be released soon. But as you can see, these kinds of negotiations take time, and as more and more of these incidents occur, a solution may be more difficult to come across.